to the Druniverse!
And, of course, welcome to the unwarranted sense of self-importance as well. Here it is. Ta-da! Welcome one, and welcome all to the officially unofficial Elite Dangerous live stream. Not at all sponsored by anybody at all, other than me. But tonight's stream is brought to you by the power of solar energy. I have specifically reserved some photons for you, my lovely. So 2 hours of battery power provided by sunshine extracted from that star we call Sol is now being used to this amazingness that is our collaborative investment in space games this evening. So how about that? Is that cool? Well, I think it's cool anyway. There we go. I'm rather chuffed with my solar panels, as you may have figured out. But before any of that, we must do the thing, because the thing is the thing, and the thing must be done. He says, how have we been doing this now? Years. Far too long is definitely the answer to that question. I already know the answers. Who have we have first in the chat? It's, well, guess what? Of course. It's Wintermute GB with a now traditional, I feel, deliberately designed to wind me up, 1859 in the chat. Yes, I've been spotting that, you know. I have. I've clocked your game, my friend. Am I going to let it get to me? No. Simon Harvey's there in second place, also 1859 actually. So he's being sucked into Wintermute's gravitational pull, which is a scary thing to consider. But anyway, there we go. Welcome to you both. Pete_SB is here in third place. Congratulations to you three for being the stalwart first entrance in the stream. Drayden Darkstar is in there as well, very early on. So congratulations to you as well. That's good. So good to see you. Biffboy81 is here as well. Fantastic to see you. Top Shot is here as well. Hello, Top Shot. Always good to see you. Fantastic as well. The Pitman42 is here as well. The Gronawog. Good to see you. Solstice Project is here. I'm assuming further on down the chat with some enthusiastic to-do-to-dos, because that's the thing he does, which is always good to see. Frank Miner 2949 is here as well. Good to see you. The Hot Conans are here. Poised as ever. That's Major Records. It's just never gonna happen. Ugly Spirit is here as well. I'm sure you haven't got an ugly spirit. I'm sure you're an extremely beautiful spirit in real life, but yeah, if you want to call yourself ugly spirit, it's absolutely fine. It's not a problem. Have a Boo Boo is here with his customary thumbs up, but we have Lunar Sky here as well. Good to see you. Thank you for hopping in. Always nice to see you, Luna. I look forward to your little pink username popping up there. Almost kind of shyly looking around the corner going, is it okay? Yeah, it's fine. You're very welcome. Good to see you. Commander Bird is here as well. Fantastic to see you. Fantastic very much. Sleepy D Wagon Man is awake and is here with us this evening. Good to know. Commander Quo is here, keeping the status quo, I hope. Which is good to see you. Big 39 GT here as well. Now, Big 39 GT, is that some sort of car reference? I feel that it sounds like a car reference, so questions need to be answered on that one. Andy P783, good to see you. That rhymes, of course, very important to point that out. Galandril is here as well. Now, that sounds almost Lord of the Ringsy. Are you a immortal spirit crossing the plains of Middle Earth, or are you just having a cool username this evening? Good to see you anyway. Commander Silent Double D is here as well. Good to see you. Fantastic stuff. Eridan Dundragon is Dundragoning for the day. So this evening, good to see you as well. The mute has gone Operation Silent Running. Fantastic. Max 8 Power is here. Aussie J Isaacs, good to see you. Thank you very much for popping in. That's fantastic. Winnie GB says, can you imagine a bagpipe drive full of hot air, talking of which, Drew will appear imminently. Respect like a mother out here is also, isn't it? You're dropping full into what Waldorf Statler mode. I do approve of this, because I actually rather like snarking. You're really burying yourself in the part here with YouTube. You really are. Limpsace is here as well. Good to see you, Limpsace. Thank you very much for popping in. Enigma-ish is here as well. On the scale of this to Enigma, he's right up at the Enigma-ish end of the scale, which is good to see. Fantastic. Yes, there's the do-dos. I knew they were coming. Fantastic. Uh, all the mute comments come off. Is that possibly because of the bagpipes? Who knows? Latty underscore at least has taste and is enjoying the bagpipes, which is good to see. Thank you very much for that. The Arachnids are here finally. Wow. We were getting concerned that the invasion of the Harkonnens had at last started, but apparently no, it hasn't. We're all getting quite excited. Yeah, Cyberdyne, it is. I've noticed. I mean, well, when I get to the waffle, well, I'll talk to you about kilowatts and things. It's quite good. So, Sleepy Wagonman is reporting success from Monday's Type 11 speed run. It's the fastest time from Sol to Sagittarius A star, and it's the only time. Okay, so it's a bit like my #1 stream, then, kind of accolade, isn't it? 2 hours and 52 minutes. That's pretty impressive. Cyberdimer says he was here at 1800 on the nose, but the chat for some reason doesn't go back that far. Drew Wager, do you have a soul permit? Yes, I do. Thank you very much. That's very good. So that's all good. The Dominant Hornet is here as well. Good to see you. Thank you very much for popping in. Commander Chiron. That's an excellent name, Commander Chiron. Who are you, Commander Chiron? Oh, well, clearly you mean business. Excellent. So good to see you. Thank you very much for popping in. And Electro Ace is here as well, just sneaking in right at the end. So we got plenty to cover this evening. Not least the where the hell am I in the galaxy this evening? Question, which is being aboard a fleet carrier is quite exciting. Has Scotland Yard been notified about? No, an extensive search has failed to turn up my elite pin, so I'm getting concerned. It's fallen through a wormhole in space to some point in the future, and I'm going to have to find a replacement. So I don't understand what's happened. It's most peculiar. Either the dog ate it, or it got hoovered up accidentally, but I don't know. Put your teeth in, man. At least I've got some teeth, eh? Dear. Right, let's move swiftly before this degenerates into complete warfare into the waffle style of the stream. Are we ready? It's time for the World Wide Waffle, my friends. Brace for impact. Brace. I didn't give you adequate warning. Right, that's none of that. Excellent. So anyway, how are we? How are we all? No, I had the hat pin here. I've had it for. I only lost it just before Christmas. So that's swiftly. Am I watching the? I'm gonna have to mute because he keeps making me chuckle because his barbed comments are particularly barbed at the moment. I'm going to call him Barbara soon. The rate he's going. So we need Drew to use his huge influence. let's set about my huge influence together to arrange a day or evening of rest for Wednesday. Yes, it seems to be fleet travel. It does, isn't it? And I think this fleet travel. We'll find out where we are in a bit. But that's so waffle talk. Anyway, so yes, I have reserved some power for tonight's stream because I thought I can account for things on my app now, and my solar panels are now up and running. And bizarrely enough, they're even in the midst of a Scottish winter, where we haven't seen the sun for about 10 days now, they still generate a fair whack of oomph. We got up to 2 kilowatts today. I did take a screenshot when it passed 1.21 kilowatts and sent it to my sons, who rolled their eyes at me with their emojis as they do. But hey, 1.21 kilowatts. So how much power does this stream work? Well, I can give you exact figures. I can give you exact figures because virtually everything else in the house is switched off at the moment, other than me and whatever the normal background load. Now, the background load at my house, you won't be surprised to know, I've got figures for all this stuff, is I'm surprised the bagpipes work after the panels work after the back. Well, they are Scottish panels, so presumably they're adjusted for bagpipeness. One can only assume. So yeah, but my background load in the house for running the servers and the Wi-Fi and a few other bits and pieces that are running around that are run 24/7 basically is about 250 watts. Which because we've got a couple of fridge freezers for storing stuff in, and then there's Wi-Fi, and then there's some monitoring systems, and there's some water purification systems that have to run 24/7, right? So 250 watts is basically how much my house costs to run without me actually switching anything on, even including lights. Once I switch lights on, it rises about 300 watts. But currently, my friends, because I'm streaming, I'm using the PC here. We're now at 870 watts. So and I know my wife is streaming as well downstairs on the laptop, so I know her laptop's running and pulling some power as well. So I think this stream costs, believe it or not, about 450 to 500 watts. This is half a kilowatt of power being boosted. I could probably optimize that a lot. Well, I noticed it was quite a lot lower when I wasn't running Elite Dangerous. So the power level, the moment I fired up Elite Dangerous, in fact, any 3D game that starts using the graphics card um, starts using a considerable amount of extra power. So there we go. Is my wife sitting in darkness so you can stream? No, 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 she's downstairs with light on. She's streaming as well, so it's all good. Surely it's easier to generate 1.22 gigawatts using. Well, the problem with lightning strikes, of course, is you never know when they're going to strike, do you? Sausage project, which I think I've optimized the base load fairly well. 250 watts isn't very much, considering I do need to run some water purification systems on a constant basis. So that's got a big set of pumps and a quite a chunky UV light that has to be on 24/7. So that's that, and obviously our water pump system and various other bits and pieces are always running. Plus my server, plus my Wi-Fi is obviously up 24/7, which I suppose I could switch off, but sometimes you get up in the middle of the night and say, "Damn, why doesn't the Wi-Fi work?" So it's just like, no, I'll just leave it on. That can't be that much. No. So our solar panels were quite up to even in over cloudy conditions. Our solar panels were more than up to the job of running the entire house today, even including the microwave and making cups of tea. So I was very impressed with myself. So I have reserved a chunk of my battery capacity for this stream this evening, and we are currently using free power from the sun to talk to each other this evening. So there you go. Think about it. A million years ago, some gamma rays were created in the heart of the sun due to nuclear fusion. Right? They've spent a million years doing a random walk, slowly losing energy to come out the sun's surface, and then those photons of now visible light have streamed across the intervening space, taking 8 minutes to reach the surface of the sun to the Earth, where they've dived into a damp and dreary Scotland, got stuck in my solar panels, and then been routed as electrons into my battery, where suddenly they are freed and they go, really? We spent a million years and we got this idiot using us to stream nonsense over the internet. That's what we're going down in history of the universe for. Yes, just have a thought for those poor photons at the end of their million-year journey. Is this... Makes you sorry to be a photon, doesn't it? Anyway, so so there we go. So many questions. What's in all the food, believe it or not? So we grew a lot of food over the summer, and we do freeze it. And because it's Scotland and because it's rural, a lot of people up here run enhanced freezer capacity just in case you do get snowed in for 3 weeks, which almost happened. So yeah. And the server is not a very exciting thing. Basically what it does is it does have a series of big, huge, enormous discs in it, which I've ripped now virtually my entire DVD and MP3 CD collection to. So essentially, it's just a server that hosts films and documents and stuff. So not particularly exciting. And some electrons have been turned back into the photons and they're escaping from my screen. Did it snow? No, it hasn't. It hasn't snowed recently. The last of the snow went 3 days ago. Actually, it lasted 25 days on the ground, and then it's melted. So there we go. I have a UV light that has to be on 24/7. Yes, so that's not growing anything in that. The UV light is for killing things. So basically, what happens is the water in my house. Well, the water isn't in my house to start with. The water's in the hill behind my house. What happens is the water comes out of a spring and gets pumped to a holding tank above my house. Then from there it drains down into my house. But before it goes through to the consumption side of the house, it has to go through a water filtration system, which is an active set of filters and charcoal thingamajigs. And the last step is it goes through this massive long, it looks like a lightsaber, but you're not allowed to look at it because it's actually quite dangerous when it's exposed. Basically a massive long ultraviolet lightsaber like tube that the water has to go through, and basically the UV light kills off any bugs. So there are things like, apparently they're called coliforms. I don't know what a coliform is, but apparently they're bad. You don't want them in their water because they'll do bad things to your inside. So basically the UV light kills the coliforms, and their little carcasses end up in the filters, presumably. I don't know exactly how it works. But anyway, so yes, there's a very big UV light that is shrouded. You're not allowed to look at it because it will do your eyesight in very quickly, apparently. And it will give you a very, very bad burn, I imagine. But it's in a shrouded tube which has to stay on 24/7 to kill bugs in the water, because my water system here is entirely independent as well. So now I have independent water and independent power. So I'm getting there. I haven't got independent heating yet. I'm working on it. So that's good. So I hope the police believe you. Honestly, yeah. So there are certain things in the house that do have to be on 24/7 because safety, health and safety reasons. So there we are. Am I a Canadian Scottish Heisenberg? I am, I suppose. Yes, I suppose I am. Tastes of carcasses today. Yeah, small, very small, microscopic carcasses, but carcasses nonetheless. So does the UV draw much power? Well, I think it's quite a few watts. So I think it's like a sort of like 60 watts. I think it's a fairly chunky, like an old school high power incandescent light bulb, that sort of level of power. So it's not inconsiderable amount of power that it consumes. So it's yeah, it's reasonably chunky. So yeah, those poor little coliforms there thinking, ha, got through the coarse filter, ha, got through the carbon filter. What's this bright light ahead of me? Oh, I'm dead. So these are the things you have to do if your water is not connected to the mains. So that's good. So yeah, so solar panels on a roof, battery is providing powers, and yeah, even in what is called, and here's the word, and I'm going to see if I can pronounce this right. The word is dreek. Okay, it's been a series of dreek days up here in Scotland, which is basically Scottish for crap. Okay, a dreek day is basically dull, overcast, rainy, windy, and generally not very pleasant. That's basically it. So there we go. So I am collecting light to power light. Seems efficient. What is the world? Very good. This is the first time chat from Thorpe _ who says I'm charming. No home. Well, thank you very much for that. I'm glad I'm charming. I do my best. This is my best side, actually. So there we go. Well done. Thank you very much for popping into the chat. Well, that's probably enough of that waffle. But yes, you are currently running on stored solar power from my battery. You're not using any mains to do this stream tonight. We are totally independent, which is pretty cool. So yeah, actually having energy independence is going to be quite cool. One of the things I like about it in particular is particularly when we get to the spring and summer, I'm going to get paid, which I particularly like, for any excess electricity I can't use. So in the heat of spring and summer, if such things ever happen again, I should be quite good. I'm going to have to think of things to use my electricity for, which is going to be an unusual situation. Plus, it's also, if I want to hang a bunch of monitors around the house showing different things, monitoring screens or anything like kind of super high tech, I can do it completely guilt-free, thinking, well, I'm not paying for any of this electricity because it's coming free from this nuclear reactor in the sky. So that's quite good. With that money and the huge income from Twitch, what will you even do with all the money? Well, I'll probably buy myself a bag of Skittles every so often. That's what I usually do. Yeah, looking at this, I mean, some people are like, oh yeah, are you a prepper? And I say, no, I'm not a prepper. Yeah, that sounds like far too much hard work. I've just got a healthy disregard for authority, which some of you will go, oh yeah, I know that, Drew. In fact, I've got a healthy disregard for anybody who's in charge if they're not me. I just like to be independent. I like to have options, and I hate, and I repeat, absolutely hate subscriptions where I'm forced to pay for something over and over again. I like to buy things, and that's it. So yeah, and yeah, it would be nice to be insulated from future price increases in electricity, which have been all over the place in the last few years. So that's the thing. Yeah, we're planning to be here for 20-30 years. So an investment in solar panels and power stuff actually does make financial sense in that perspective. So it's all good stuff. It's all good stuff. So there we go. Right, it's time to do some galnets. Can you believe it? There's some galnets for us to do galnety stuff with. Are you ready? Let's go. Are you ready for some galnet gazetteering? Brace yourselves, my friends. The time for waffle is over. The time for the galnet has begun. Right, so there is some galnety stuff. Let me interact with this. Here we go. There's a couple of galnets I've noticed. Let me allow the cookies. Allow a selection of cookies. There we go. So there was something about on the 22nd which I think I didn't comment about, but it was one of those kind of the type 10, the type 11 is available. So that's kind of a boring one. So we have now this one popped up. At the Watt Tower, yeah. Sorry, yeah, that was the fleet carrier doing its jump in the background. Apparently, it's arrived in the AMOST. It's AMOST arrived. It has arrived in the AMOST system, wherever that is. I don't know where we are. We'll check in a minute. Venture transformation video goes right. So I'm not quite sure what this galnet was all about. A health-conscious video recorded by Hollywood action star William Big Bill Ventura, which I'm assuming is is that an Ace Ventura reference? I don't know. Has gone viral on interstellar networks, sparking a wave of positivity. Known for comedic roles in traditional real cast productions such as Malacticus Runs Again. Now, I didn't get that one, so maybe you can clear me on this one. And for a few credits less. Now, that's clearly a Mickey take of A Few Dollars More, which is a Clint Eastwood film from the 60s, I think, which I think is a sequel to The Good, the Bad, and the Ugly. So there's some pop culture references going on here. Ventura's notoriously vibrant party lifestyle has often made him a popular figure of fun and mischief in many celebrity gossip sections. But a recent self-produced video of Ventura's workout regimen has exploded in popularity, with the actor showing a remarkable body transformation to lean, fit, and strong. Excellent. I've dedicated the past year to improving myself after growing unhappy with my image, Ventura told Corinne McIntyre of the Alliance Tribune. My energy levels have been through the roof, and there's an Oxford comma, and after putting in so much effort, I feel like I can achieve anything. I want to hike across the rainforests of Planet Lave in support of ongoing conservation efforts there. Messages of support and clips of people following Ventura's workouts have poured in, with millions of responses attributed to the original video. Ventura called the response mind-blowing. Just crazy to see so much love and healthy choices resulting from all this. It sounds like a rather late January kind of one of those kind of New Year's resolution things, doesn't it? So I don't know what was going on there. An odd Gartner. You think it's related to the most recent galnet about Radicodia? So okay, we'll check out there. So maybe has he stolen some Radicodia and turned it into as like a self-help drink? It is. It's kind of Charles Atlasy, isn't it? Yes, exactly right. So Wintermute GB says For a Few Dollars More is the sequel to A Fistful of Dollars. Ah, is it? Okay, I thought it was. And it's a spaghetti western type thing, isn't it? So I was wondering if this could be linked to the Radicodia potential medical users. Okay, so there's presumably another galnet about that. So while we're all out exploring, the bubble is getting pumped with space steroids. Somebody wrote it just after the FDev Christmas party, and it just got published. Yeah. It does feel like a New Year's resolution post that's like 3 weeks late, doesn't it? Because if anybody had any New Year's resolutions, by this point in January, they're dead and buried, right? You know. That was all the New Year stuff. That's way ago. So I don't know. This is one of those odd ones that I sort of read it and I go, I don't mind sort of chuckling at it, but it doesn't really feel at home in the Elite Dangerous universe to me. It's a bit, and I don't really like too many pop culture references in my lore. I know it's quite. I know it's a thing, but and I don't mind the occasional nod, but it's It's a bit much. Um, Mutuant wishes the FTM would stop the intern writing Galnet articles. The interns could probably do a good job. So I don't know. This is an odd one, isn't it? Is it? Does it mean anything? Is it going anywhere? Is it just for a laugh? Is it just there to fill some space? Galnet. I mean, I've said this before, and I've said it again, and I'll continue saying it until somebody listens, and nobody ever will. So I can continue saying it without any fear of any problems. Galnet is a classically massively underused resource for Frontier, isn't it? I mean, the number of you could have multiple really interesting story threads going on simultaneously with not a great deal of effort. Um, and but they never do. They just don't. So I don't really get Galnet from that perspective. Anyway, so that's all that. So my energy levels have been through the roof. So maybe he's got some of this radicoidia stuff. Kind of, they probably dried it, powdered it, put it in a bottle. It's sort of like what's that stuff you see in supermarkets that's supposed to make you into bodybuilder? The whey stuff, WHEY. It reminds me of that. Um, this is what not a great deal of effort gets you. Yeah, I think I kind of go along with this. So anyway, so here is the next gun. Is there anything interested in here? Genetic study of Radicoidia unica has been released. The first publicly available study of Radicoidia unica has been published following heavy pressure from the exobiological community. Radicoidia unica, or unica, a huge plant unique to the HIP 87621 system, has attracted intense speculation over its properties and applications. It has been deemed worthy of prolonged military action by major powers seeking to establish control of territory around the system. Dr. Roy Casimir, now that's an interesting name, chief researcher at the Holloway Bioscience Institute, has released a study of Radicoidia unica. I'm going to call it RU from now on, based on data provided by the October Consortium, because they're trustworthy. In Scotland, it's called Iron Brew. Excellent. Which currently claims legal ownership of the place. Our findings indicate a remarkable genetic composition, which I can only describe as mercurial. That's a ridiculous word to use for genetic composition. Genetic composition. Genetic composition can't be in any sense mercurial. It either is or it isn't. You can't have a thing with the genetic composition that moves. That's just stupid. The cellular resilience and adaptability of Radicoidia unica is breathtaking. Well, that's okay. Yeah, that's fine. But not the genetic composition. Even when compared to other notable stellar phenomena we have catalogued thus far. Well, okay. October Consortium researchers highlight observations that the plant may form symbiotic relationships with biological creatures with prolonged exposure. So is that it will form symbiotic relationships with prolonged exposure, or does it need biological creatures with prolonged exposure? Not entirely clear, is it? It seems aware of activity around it. Oh, interesting. And has a flowering season where seed pods are produced. The flesh of the pods is what truly excites me. It contains a compound which improves physical performance. Hey, and reduces thinking time in laboratory mice. Are they still using laboratory mice in the 34th century? For example, a plethora of possible medical uses has been attached, and in some proposed ideas are fascinating. Dr. Casimir noted that data provided to the Holloway Institute was curated by the October Consortium, and some aspects were redacted. This was attributed to standard proprietary data protection. That's not what data protection is. Oh dear. Let's grab some plausible sounding words and slap it together. Lexi October made a statement to coincide with Dr. Casimir's, claiming that this data sharing was further evidence of October Consortium's competent oversight of HIP 8761. So we now know that there's a Data Protection Act still in operation by the year 3400, which I suppose, given my background, is encouraging. My career is still intact for the next 1,000 years. That's quite good. Yeah, I was going to say, mice. Why are they using laboratory mice? They should be using Trumbles. Did they not know their law? Is there no peer review in 33012? Hmm. Yeah, so genetic composition, which can only be described as mercurial, is a complete nonsensical thing. Cellular resilience and adaptability, well, I don't know how they've measured the adaptability. That doesn't make a lot of sense. Um, and even when compared, it's like, look, he's talking about a plant, and then he goes, even when compared to other notable stellar phenomena. It's like, what? That doesn't make any sense. You see, you see these potatoes on my plate that I've got here. They're breathtaking, even when compared to sunspots. What? These chips, these chips that I've purchased from from, from the local fish and chip emporium, uh, they they're breathtaking, even when compared to the corona of our nearest star. What? It's complete and absolute techno babble nonsense. This article. Ah, dear, dear, dear. It seems aware of activity around it. How does it? How does it know? How do we know? How do we test a plant to see if it's aware of activity around it? I mean, I've got plants in my garden that are aware of activity around it. I mean, example, you know, a plant will open its petals when the sun comes up because it's aware the sun's there. Okay, so that's not that's not all that unusual. Um, and it has a flowering season where seed pods are produced. Well, there's plenty of plants on Earth that do that as well. Okay, that's not all that remarkable. The flesh of these pods is what truly excites me. It contains a compound which improves physical performance and reduces thinking time in laboratory mice. How do they know that the mice can think faster? How do you test a mouse? How do you, a mice? How do you test a mouse? The thinking time. So they sort of bait a bunch of traps that slowly operate and go see which mice can not get caught, or do they basically put them in a maze and go, how fast can these mice find their way out? So yeah, I mean, this is all silly. It's all silly. It's all nonsense. No. These chips, which I purchased not half an hour ago, the science fiction is strong here. I had to kill the battered cod. It was looking at me funny. It says "ouch" when you fucking see one. Isn't life amazing? Yep. Um, does it? Does it have a trumpet-like flower with a long whip-like tongue and makes tapping sound? Yes. That would be concerning. Yes. Um, so it would appear that our chap from the previous Galnet has somehow managed to get a stash of this new stuff, and is maybe he's the mouse. Maybe mice have evolved into film stars by the 34th century, and that's the explanation. That makes as much sense as anything else in this article. Ah dear, Galnet gets worse day by day, doesn't it? What a load of absolute twaddle that is. Anyway, right, that's enough of that. Shall we find out where we are in space? Because that, after all, is the point of this stream, isn't it? Something about spaceships and things. It's time, my friends, once more to brace for the playthrough. Let's stop mucking about and let's get on with it. Here we go. Right, and you join me aboard the a fleet carrier. Which one am I on? I'll find out in a minute. We are aboard I don't know. Let's go and have a look. Well, I can see Commander Topshot. He's sitting in front of me. Which fleet carrier are we on, Commander Topshot? We are on the Odysseus. Okay, well, at least that's a good name. I do approve. I mean, this still looks like a cinema, doesn't it? A very small and oddly constructed cinema, but a cinema nonetheless. This feels there should be like a reel-to-reel projection carousel up there. Oh yes, there we go. The DSEF Odysseus. So that's good. We're on the right ship. Yeah, you can join my private group, the Drew Wager private group, if you would like to, for the purposes of this evening. It appears that we are in the process going to be jumping shortly. Actually, look, 6 minutes. So I can't really leave the ship because otherwise Otherwise I'll get left behind. So let's if I turn up at waypoint 1 and Drew's studio, as are they going to shoot me? No, no. There's no unapproved shooting in my groups. That's all right. So it should be safe. We're mostly a PvE group, and we frown. We do. We frown upon PvPers if we haven't allowed them. Commander Biff Boys here. Everyone, I feel like these guys deserve some popcorn, or maybe a nice big canister of Coke or something. That's other refreshing drinks are available, by the way. So yeah, the carrier is going in a few minutes. Let's see if I can work out where we are. So we are almost we're there. Where are we off to? Jesus, we're miles away. Okay. So we are literally in the middle of nowhere, and I wonder where we're off to. Because I must admit, I've been so busy these last few days. I haven't really been keeping an eye on what's going on. No, I was hoping to sort of stop off at Colonia, but clearly I haven't. Seoul is by the way. We're going to Rendezvous Point. Okay, where is that? Is that here? Gorman says, any chance we can telepresence? You could probably telepresence onto my ship. That's quite good. So there's somebody here. We're going to Rendezvous Point, which is somewhere presumably, and the fleet carrier is going to be departing soon, so I'm going to have to go back and watch it, and then we'll have to pop out and have a look around. So we are in fact then quite close to. Well, we've gone past the Galactic Core, haven't we? And we are in beyond that part of the galaxy. Is that? Oh, that's lights on the carrier up ahead. So interesting stuff. So yeah, so if you want to log into my group after jump, you should be able to join us. So we have Commander Alice here. Hello, Commander Alice. And we have Commander Biffboy, and we have Commander Topshot on board the Odysseus, which is boldly going where some of us have been before, but we're quite a long way out already, which is good. So I think what happens with this, if you don't take your seat, it sort of an usher comes and forcibly escorts you to your seat, doesn't it? Which is quite funny. You have been escorted to your seat. It's just like a cutscene, which I think is quite funny. So I'm gonna let it do that to me, because it's going to happen in about 40 seconds. I like over here. This looks like that's a shipboard fight along, and now getting warned. Head to the command deck seating area immediately. No, I don't want to. Yeah, the ship launch fighter is the Taipan folded up over there. There's a noise. I suppose I better go and sit down. Oh no, there we go. I've been escorted to my designated seat. Where's it going to put me? It's going to put me behind Commander Topshot. We still have 10k light years left to go before Friday. Okay. Yeah, it must be a Taipan with a wing folder. Yeah, quite right. Right, so here we go. 2 minutes. It does require you to sit down quite early. I mean, 2 minutes. Why can't I do that in the last sort of minute of the thing? Oh, there we go. Commander Biff Boy is right next to me. Hello. Is this a good film? Eyes forward, everybody. What we'll do is, presumably the carriers are doing a jump every 15 minutes at the moment, so we'll have to pop out, see if we can explore a planet, and then pop back. I was hoping to go and visit that planet of Eternal Death, I believe it was called, Planet of Death, but clearly we've gone way past that now, and they're off. But there's plenty to look at around here, aren't there? So we should pop out in the ship and have a look. Drew Wager, you are not in the Drew Wager private group. Am I not? It says I am. Well, it says I'm in a private group. I thought I was. How do I tell? Oh yeah, sorry, it's Commander Verdi. Yeah, so I am in the Druega private group, but I'm not Druega. I'm Commander Alessia Verdi, which is my roleplay character for shenanigans such as deep space expeditions. Good point. Yes, well made. But I am in the Druega private group. Past that. Right, in 1 minute, we'll be departing for somewhere totally unpronounceable. So distance suns is 6K light years from rendezvous point. So rendezvous point, is that a specific system? Does it have a system name? Is it in the thing? I'd be surprised if it was in the navigation as rendezvous point, unless Frontiers named it specifically. Oh no, rendezvous point is there. Look at that. Oh Jesus, miles away. Okay. So that's where we're going. That is a long way off, isn't it? Whoa. Okay. So that's literally almost on the other side of the core to the bubble. Well, that's where we're heading then. Here we go. It's time for a fleet carrier. So I presume Frontier has Frontier is named a system for the distant worlds group. Here we go. There'll be lightning, there'll be clouds, there'll be hyperspace. And then we're going to have to make a run for the ship. We got off the scanner planet and get back in time, as before, because we don't want to be left behind. Where are all the other fleet carriers? Are they behind us still? Is Odysseus one of the ones that's in front, or are we at the vanguard of the expedition at present? If you have time off the jump, Drew, can I request a telepresence invite? Yeah, I will. Commander Groman or Gorman, I will see if I can find you, my friend. Right. So the moment I get up, I'm going to leg it to my ship. We'll see what we can do. There we go. I can get up. To the ships. Let's go. Got these people running around. I can't use the lift because somebody else is in it. I'll go this way then. Oh, there we go. Can. Only one person in the lift at a time because that's how lifts work in space. Yes, it's Alessia Verdi with a double S. Ugly Spirit says, remind me, what exactly is witch space? Folding space or whatever? Well, the Michael Brooks was never entirely clear on this one because I asked him this question and I said, is it hyperspace? As in classic hyperspace? He said, no, it's not hyperspace. Okay, said, what? It's not warp drive, is it? No, it's not warp drive. So it's a wormhole then? He said, no, it's not a wormhole either. Okay, so what is it? Alas, he got pulled away to answer other questions. So yeah, we never quite got a definitive. I don't think they actually know. Right, so I've got Commander Raxler redacted as a team. How do I add in Commander Gorman then? Can I do that? It's magic. What is it? It's the space between things. That's what it is. I've got 2 pending friend requests. There we go. I should be in your friends. Okay, let's have a look. There. Oh, there you go. Invite to squadron, comms request, invite to crew. Oh, I'm in a team, so I can't do that at the moment. Okay, hang on a minute. But if I invite you to, I'm gonna have to drop the team, aren't I? I can't be in both. I'll drop the team for the moment. That's a pain. Well, we'll try multiple things. We'll start that for the moment, and then we'll try again in a bit. Something bad will happen. I think it is a wormhole, personally, or at least a wormhole of a particular type. So, you know, look at the star density here. It's mad, isn't it? So nice should be. Yeah, it's super bright here because of all the stars, which is quite cool. Plus, it looks like we've got really bright. Yeah, we have got a really bright star. First things first, let's honk. There's 18 bodies for us to explore. Can we see anything on the system map to start with? Oh, we've got a bunch of stuff. Anything interesting and landable? So these ones haven't got an atmosphere. That's no moon. Ah, yes it is. There's a rocky world. Well, that one doesn't look like anybody else has been there, so I think I'm gonna go there. Let's go there. Whatever that is. But we must be back in time. We've got 16 minutes. Andy Pipkin's here as well. Good to see you.
4, 3, 2, 1, engage.
Boom! Supercharger drive. Oh, because that got first football, did he? Oh, congratulations, well done. Well deserved. Let's go and have a look anyway. Simon Time is good. We all went for the same one. Never mind, eh? Let's just go and have a look. See, the thing is that when I started this is years ago now. When I started speculating on how hyperspace was constructed and the history of hyperspace, I wrote some fan fiction about it and stuck it on my website along with a whole bunch of other sort of lore-y stuff. This was got to be 8 years ago now, and it got copied by Frontier and stuck on Galnet with some minor edits. Because I think they assumed that I had done some research and got it from somewhere else. And I just made it all up. So it accidentally became law. So actually, I think what that means is maybe I am the master of hyperspace because I decided what hyperspace was. Accidentally on purpose. And Frontier got caught by their own plagiarism. Which did make me chuckle. It's gone to Drew. Yes, my unwarranted sense of self-importance, isn't it? That's what's shining. There's a lovely looking crater there. Should we land on the edge of that? Because that looks cool, doesn't it? I like big craters, and I like big craters, and I cannot lie. Did FTF ask for borrowing the text from me? No, they didn't. No, not in the slightest. Quite cheeky, really. But I think what happened is they just assumed, because I'd been documenting lore for ages and just writing it up for fun and games, you know, because I liked the lore and I was writing it up. I think they assumed that I'd cribbed it because I wrote it in exactly the same style as all my other lore articles, but because there wasn't anything concrete, I just made some observations from all the games that I could get, and I just sort of connected them together and gave them all names. And so I wrote it up like a normal lore article, right? And published it alongside all my other stuff to make it kind of look cohesive. And I think Frontier presumably assumed that I'd cribbed that from something that they'd written before, which of course I hadn't. So I think they assumed it was something they'd written that I'd summarised. So they took it back and inadvertently canonized it. So there we go. Yeah, quite funny. Um, so yeah, basically what I tried to do is link the original Elite, the stuff that's in the Dark Wheel book, and everything that we see in the intermediate games, and obviously then ultimately in Elite Dangerous, into something that made sense. That was what I was trying to do, and I wrote that up and turned it into a thing, and that was that.
Landing gear deployed.
Right, landing gear is deployed. Surprise, surprise! Oh, I managed to find somewhere I can land. Yay! We're down. Right, it's time to get the SRV out and have a look around. I'm going to take the Scorpion because it's just better. I don't see any scanning. Yeah, so that's where my unwarranted sense of self-importance, because basically Frontier copies me. Quite funny, really. There we go. Right. Let's go have a look at the view. That's one hell of a crater, isn't it? I don't know how far that is to the other side, but it's one heck of a long way. Yeah, so if you really want to be into your Elite lore, you need to read the background documentation, things like the Dark Wheel and the manuals to the other games. In fact, the manual for Elite is pretty good. This would be an excellent race course, all the way down to the bottom and then back up again, wouldn't it? Full beans down the hill, yeah, go for it. How far can we? Oh look, undulating landscapes. Can I get to the bottom? It's getting a bit rough now. Let's get back. Your control. No. No. I can almost fly all the way down. Oh, I've got to start ways. Nope. Nope. Oh, I rolled it. Who did this in your Jeep, by the way? Ow. 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 Oh, I was flying. No, we're still going. Oh, no. Yes. What are we actually doing here? I'm still sort of flying. That's what's... It's quite interesting. Someone see. Quite a steep... Donkey. I need to sort of... Whose idea was this? This is a stupid idea. 6 minutes. Okay, so I'm running out of time, aren't I? I think I got down to the bottom. In fact, I'm nowhere near the bottom. I'm going to miss the bus. Can't afford to miss the bus. I don't think my ship can handle the. My ship will be able to handle landing on the sides here. Let's see if we can get down to the bottom. It's a long way down this crater, isn't it? Whoa. I mask a lot of this machine. I may have to do a sort of catching up. heck of a crater though, isn't it? Right. Well, let's see if we can. Can I? Let's try and recall my ship. It's a good land. What do you reckon? 75% hull. It's a tough old beast, isn't it? True, if I do blow up, I will be back on the carrier, won't I? Now, where do you reckon my ship is? Command top shot's over there. I've got myself stuck. Good. It's a very deep crater, isn't it? Somehow I don't think my starship's going to be able to get me down here. I am getting close to the bottom though. I can keep it in a straight line. Bit of a rough section coming up there. Gunk. It's a tough old thing, this scarab there, isn't it? Oh look there. Oh, let's command a top shot. Where's my ship though? It's kind of more important. It's it tried to land. Yeah, I think I might be doing some exploration trying to catch up with the carrier. Or we can just wait for the next carrier to come along. We could do that, couldn't we? See if we can plot an intercept course. That's quite good fun. Swapping between the carriers. This is science, by the way. We're doing sciencey stuff here. My ship is behind me. Okay, so it did land. Okay, I'm going to dismiss it. So that's to come and get me at the bottom. Let's see if I can get down here. It's one hell of a... Yeah, this is good space madness, isn't it? There's command top shot. Joining me in my space madness. Just trying to find a... Oh, wow. Smooth way down to the bottom of this crater. I'm almost at the floor. Almost at the floor. There's a slight sense of panic. No, we'll be fine. Do this all the time. Oh, no. Just need a smooth place. This is fine. Yeah, absolutely, it's fine. Yeah, I think it does count as as geology. I'm examining all the rocky layers. It needs a little bit more suspension gear, I feel, for the landings. I'm gonna send that to the designers of the. So yes, we're gonna have to do a little bit of catching up, aren't we? I always find the Scorpion a bit better to drive than the Scarab. The Scarab always spins out for me. This one you can, most of the time, you can catch it. I'm asking quite a bit of it here, to be fair. That's a massive jump. Geological samples. That's my hull. Oh, I'm down to 30% hull on my SRV. That's probably bad. I think that counts as almost at the bottom. It's not quite at the bottom, but it'll do. Let's pull the ship back. Why did I go faster? I've missed my carrier. How far is the carrier jumping? 500 light years, isn't it? So I should be able to catch up. I was definitely around that. Somewhere up there is where my ship was. Where is my ship going to be? Yeah, I don't know what happens. That is a big crater, isn't it? I mean, it must be several kilometres across. Tens of kilometres, probably. Right, there's my ship. I think it's just appeared behind me. There it is. Where's it landing? It's trying to land over there. Is it going to manage it? Basically, if you want to keep with the carrier, you can't arse about. That is the rules. Oh, so the autopilot managed to get it down though. It's managed to land, which is good. Can I get on board it? Of course, is the other question. Pretty good. It's flat spot. Nice. Boom. No worries at all. You're all scared. Had no need to be. Nice.
Landing gear retracted.
Let's go back to the bottom. It's going in 30 seconds, is it? So where? Okay, I'm not going to get back in 30 seconds, am I? There it goes. It's jumping. Right. So where is it? Where is it jumping to? Can we track it on the galaxy map? Do I have do bookmarks work for that? I thought I had a way of. Did I bookmark it? These are my waypoints for something else. There we go. That's where we've got to get to. Okay. So Hugo something. Let's see if we can catch it up before it jumps again. Okay, we got to go to Hugo XFT B22. No, that didn't work. Is that an O? Have I spelled it wrong? HYUQ. That's not right. Oh, I'll see Cyber Army's position. Okay, that's a good suggestion. There. Okay, according to that, it's only 3 jumps. Oh, there must be a neutron star on the way. Let's neutron star there. Let's neutron star this. Engaged. So we should be able to catch up with it easily. See, with this neutron star monarchy,
3, 2, 1.
who cares if we get left behind? We could just neutron star it. Here we go. There we go. There's where Cyber Army is. So we've locked onto your locator beacon, Cyber Army. We're catching up. I should really bookmark the carriers. I'll try and bookmark them. Yeah, it's not a bad idea. So we know where they are. Yeah, look. Is it a neutron star or a white dwarf? I like that you can now see the star in hyperspace. I mean, that's been added to the game a long time ago, but here we go.
Warning. Frameshift drive operating beyond safety limits. Frameshift drive
Supercharged. course, I do take exception to the word supercharge as well, because that's not what a supercharger does. Supercharger is a very specific thing. It's basically an air blower. There's no reason why an air blower would work on a starship. Look at this, 397 light years in one go. Boom! Makes those. So with the neutron jumping, these new exploration ships are way faster than fleet carriers. Because in the olden days, fleet carriers were like, whoa, look how fast they can go, 500 light years in one go. That's like really. It's not all that impressive anymore compared to these ships. If you really want to travel across the galaxy, you want one of these neutron jumpers. Oh, except when the pilot doesn't quite get it right. No. Completely stripped down Anaconda could do 40 light years. Yeah, those were the days, weren't they? I'll go back into the neutron cone. Now this is slightly more tricky when you've flown away from it and you've got to get back into it. Not too little, not too much. Go. Yeah, we did. You just got to stay in the cone for a certain length of time, haven't you? Yeah, back in those days, back in the good old days, yeah, when men were men and women were women, and small furry creatures from Alpha Centauri were real small furry creatures from Alpha Centauri. Getting across the galaxy was an achievement. I could tell you stories back in my day. It was always uphill all the way to Beagle Point. Always uphill against the wind it was. Back in my day. Oh, right, we should be here. Look at that. It was easy, wasn't it? There it is. We caught it. How do I bookmark it? Is that? There we go. Bookmark this location. That's how you do it. Oh, come in too hot. How long have I got, by the way? Before we lived in a shoe in my day, all 7 of us. Reminds me of those competitions that old people have. Oh, well, back in my day, we only had 32-bit computers. 32-bit? We only had 16-bit. Ah, youngsters. We had to make do with 8-bit machines. 8-bit machines. we had 3 bits. We were lucky, and 3 bits at that. You had bits. We only had 1s and 0s. You had 1s. We only had 0s. Old people. I got loads of time. I could go off exploring, do a bit more SRV driving. Numbers? We had only holes in paper. Punch cards? We only had rivets. Rivets, I tell you. Oh, come on, Top Shot beat me there. And we're fingers the cow that only if we were lucky. Look at that. See, we caught up with the carrier despite being left 500 light years behind. In a matter of minutes. That's how easy it is today. Nothing to see in this system. Is there nothing here at all? If folks want a challenge, there's always sidewinders. Yes, there was that. So last week I was really worried about doing those neutral jumps. I was like totally blasé about it now. It's absolutely fine. I think there should be computer games to play aboard the fleet carriers. There should be more stuff to do, I feel. Oh yeah, the amazing magnetic boots that defy the laws of physics, because you can run apparently in magnetic boots. Or is there a CQC stuff going on? That's CQC for years. That's quite a cool ship though, isn't it? Yeah, I do like my ship. Tell you what now reminds me of? It looks. Have any of you seen the not particularly good but oddly watchable TV series of Lost in Space? Well, the way they've constructed the Jupiter 2 on that, and that predates this by some years. The Jupiter 2 looks exactly like a Caspian Explorer. It's like, really? Danger, well, Robert, exactly. But it does. It looks exactly like a Caspian Explorer. Almost down to, in fact, it's got 4 engines at the back, right? And a sort of roundy bit around the front and the sides. And yeah, check it out. Danger, Will Robertson. Maybe that's where we got these. Well, we kind of always assume that the inspiration come from Star Trek, haven't they? But maybe that's where Lost in Space. Because Lost in Space, of course, the original black and white show had just a flying saucer, didn't it? So no, this must be a fairly modern. There we go. That's Commander Alice. Yeah, it must be a fairly modern version. It was all modern production values. Didn't really bear any resemblance to the original show at all, apart from some of the names were the same. So not the film, but there's the TV series. We're watching it at the moment just because it was on Netflix, and yeah, it's mostly rubbish, but it's oddly watchable. But the ship, yeah, spooky, really. So yeah, oh look, I'm too far from the seat. I can't interact with it. I want to sit at the front. I think I'm going to sit over here. Yeah, because they come on Pete. There we go. How long have we got? Jump initiative. It's 11 minutes. I can't just sit in a seat for 11 minutes. That's really bad stream. That's really bad streaming entertainment. Does Robbie say danger, Will Robinson? Well, the robot in this TV series is rather odd. He's like a kind of alien-esque robot. Yeah, he's got some kind of weird space alien agenda, as space aliens do, and his motivations are not entirely clear. But yeah, it's nicely done. But he does say "Danger, Will Robinson," which is it's quite good. His loquacity is quite limited, but he does say things like that, which is quite good. So Vista Genomics is here. I don't think I've got any data. I don't think I have to, but I thought I'd come and have a chat with you anyway.
Can I help you with anything else?
Well, no.
Feel free to return once you've gathered some biodata.
Okay, so there's a spinny thing over there, like a centrifuge. That's quite cool. There's some stuff hacking over. Maybe that's where they keep the mice over there at the back. Do you think that's where they keep the mice? Let's go to the bar. Yeah. Where is the bar? It's down here, isn't it? What's opposite it there? What's opposite the bar? Oh, Pioneer is here, is it? So you can buy.
Need a weapon upgrading? I've got you covered.
No, I don't. Have you got anything else?
You don't want to be caught unprepared.
No, I'm never caught unprepared, my dear.
Good idea. Make sure you've got the right suit for the job.
Yeah, no, you're selling rubbish. None of your stuff's any good at all.
Sure you've got everything?
I've got everything.
Maybe next time.
Maybe. To the bar. No, it's because it's not Robbie the Robot. No, you're quite right. It's not Robbie the Robot because Robbie the Robot is from Forbidden Planet. But they look. Were they the same I remember them being the same robot, but maybe they weren't. Are they the same robot on the original shows? They're not, are they? They just have that sort of 1960s. Well, it can't be 60s. Is it 50s? When were those shows out? Is it 50s or 60s? Kind of, yeah, robot vibe. There should be a game of cards going on somewhere, shouldn't there? There's some sort of high stakes poker game here. I feel not enough imagination. So there's drinks on the counters here that have been left behind by somebody. Like little flasks, aren't they? Sort of things you take to sports halls. Up at the bar, of course.
Hey, Commander, what can I get for you?
Is there anything other than glue?
So, how may I be of service today?
Well, I'd like a beer,
Browse
please.
my wares.
There's the bartender inventory. It's even got a beer icon or a drinks icon. Bartender, it says. What would you like? It's nothing for sale. I have some items to sell. I don't think I do actually. No, sorry. She's going to be very annoyed with me.
Please, do feel free to waste my time.
Sorry, Madeline. Apologies. Well, you're wasting my time by not having any beers for sale. Look, you've even got an icon that says drink, and you don't have any drinks. Huge disappointment. That's probably one of the worst things about Odyssey, I think. I mean, forget the frame rate problems. Forget the rendering problems. Forget the anti-aliasing problems. Forget all of that. Forget the weird shadows. The the terrain that bobbles around. All of that sort of stuff. The fact that you can't buy a beer at the end of a long shift in Elite Dangerous is I mean, make me have an Altarian orange juice. We can all pretend it's a beer, or a Pangalactic Gargle Blast or something. Anything. Why can't we have a drink? Goodness sakes. Can't even buy water. What kind of bar is it? There aren't any peanuts on display. Where's a packet of Golden Wonder crisps? All those sort of things. There should be something. It is shocking, isn't it? It's going on my list actually. I think it's been promoted to things I need to have a word with Mr. David Braben about. There's an extensive and ongoing list of things I need to have a chat with Mr. David Braben about, but that's definitely one of them. I think. Why can't we have a drink
Looking for something, Commander?
at the bar? Well, we've already had a chat, and you said I was wasting my time. So I'm not going to talk to you. That's just rude. Commander Topshot and Commander Felix Celestra here are also waiting to be served. It'll be a long wait, my friends. What's this thing in front of us here? Is that? Now that does look like a drinks dispenser of some kind, doesn't it? And there's drinky looking things at the back. But, yeah, it's 3 minutes till get seated time. It's time for us to blow this joint. And that's nice. Is that a reflection in the window? Yeah, it is. And yeah, do something less boring instead. Let's hope the next planetary system is a bit more interesting than the one we're currently in. What does the terminal do? Does the terminal do anything interesting? Carry it over your redemption office. Available services. My character face looks rather surprised for some reason. I was like, what? They obviously snapped this picture the moment the bartender says, no, I don't sell drinks. I only sell glue. What? 5 minutes. There we go. Excitement. But yeah, so there's no drinks, and like you say, maybe we don't need the. Yeah, well, actually, that's a good point. We clearly don't need toilets anymore because there aren't any, are there? There ought to be a loo. Even if the door doesn't open, there should be a sign somewhere along here saying, "Where are the loos?" There aren't any, are there? Maybe our super duper pilot suits sort of do things automatically and recycle stuff. I mean, maybe that's how it works. All these questions that need to be answered in the Elite Dangerous universe is it's an important suit. The spacesuits remove the necessary toilets. So that's just wrong, isn't it? And this is what's this? This is an escape. Hang on a minute. I can interact with the escape pod. This sounds like a very bad idea. Using this escape pod takes you to your last visited safe location. Removes all uninterested organic data and leaves your active ship at its current location. I don't think that's a good idea. Hey, at least it's animated though. Caution. Yeah. Yes, and somewhere to wash. Yeah, is there like is there a situation where you'd need to use? Why would you want to use an escape pod on board a fleet carrier? Is there a situation where a fleet carrier can become blown up and you'd need to run to the escape pod? Because I noticed there's only 4 escape pods here. Are there some more? So there's 4 there. Are there any other escape pods? There aren't, are there? Are there some at the other end? I don't remember seeing any. Oh, I'm seeing that. There aren't any down there, are there? No, so there's basically there's 4 escape pods for the entire carrier. By these 4 escape pods in this bit of the carrier. Considering I can see an awful lot of people in front of me with women and children first. This is like the Titanic. There aren't enough lifeboats for everybody aboard. This is quite concerning. Okay, so am I going to have to fight my way? I'm going to have to elbow my way past top shots and Commander Biff Boy and Commander Galadriel in order to... That's my escape pod. Galadriel, I used one to see what would happen just before DW3 started officially. Had to rush back. Oh, you did. So what happens? Is it just a cutscene, or do you get coolly ejected from the ship and stuff happen? I used 69 Yale says I used an escape pod to leave my carrier deep in the black so I could return to buy a new Mandalay and then flew back to the carrier. Okay, well that's pretty cool. So it takes you back to where your last saved location. You just appear there. Oh, that's a bit dull. I want to be ejected forcefully into space in a really kind of claustrophobic environment. I feel that's the sort of a space experience we should have. Oh, so maybe when one pod goes, the next one sort of files into place. Is that how they work? Okay, so there's lots of them stashed away in the bulkhead there. Maybe that's so it's not just 4. Otherwise, it would be women and children first. I want the whole Halsey experience. I do. I think that's quite good. I think you need to show us how the escape pod works through for science. Yeah, but trouble is, my last saved location is probably back in the bubble, so I suspect that's a bad idea. Because I didn't dock at Colonia even. Yeah, Andy P. That's how the old elite worked. The pod gets scooped up by someone, and you get sold into slavery. That'd be an interesting little side quest for you, wouldn't it? Can you free yourself and get back to civilization? Yeah, so maybe Elite Dangerous should be all about avoiding falling into poverty and really, really bad things happening to you. Sort of slavery simulation game. Maybe we should suggest that. You've now got to work like a drudge for the next 20 years, and you might be freed at the end of it if you're still alive. Right, 30 seconds to go. In light of all this, I think you need to show us how the escape pod works. I need to save at a station first, I feel. Well, we are jumping. Are we going to be jumping somewhere interesting? Here's the question. Because we're going to have to go back to the ship, find out, fix the SR failure, go for another drive. But we'll try not to get left behind this time. Here we go. Do we be departing? All the stars changed. But there's a little glitch there, isn't there? The orientation of the ship changes just before the hyperspace jump, which is slightly wrong. A standalone game set in the Elite Dangerous galaxy where you've been ejected in a pod and sold into slavery. That would be quite. That would be quite fun. You could be. Would you be an imperial slave though, or what kind of slave would you be? A glitch on the carrier is absurd. No, it never happens. Here we go. Another 500 like this in the bag. Does come out of hyperspace rather abruptly, the fleet carrier, doesn't it? Feels like that should be slightly smoother transition. Yes, an Imperial slave is an indentured servant. You're quite right. Okay, now we'll leave my seat. Well, let's get to the ships. Let's vacate the cinema. And see. Everyone legs it. Have you noticed that in video games? Characters never walk anywhere. Everyone always runs at full speed. because there's no time to lose, right? Oh no, the game crashed for Andy P. We need the Benny Hill music. I may have that somewhere. I suppose it's like Spaceballs, isn't it? Otherwise the movie will be over. Right, let's go and have a look, find out where we are. It's a rush to see who can get the first footfall, isn't it? Right. What have we got? Ooh, okay. Well, I got some planety things. There's oh, is that? No, there's nothing very interesting here and here, is there? They have been discovered before, though. Interesting. Somebody's been this way. Every single one. So it's interesting out here, even out here. So, well, that one. I'm going to go for this one because it looks cool and it's in the shadow of this big gas giant. So that's mine. Go away, everybody else.
Reply. Frameshift drive charging. 4, 3, 2, 1. Engage.
What's that top shot trying to get ahead of me? Cheeky monkey. Almost like a double moon here. That's pretty cool. Can we land on the side looking up at the other moon? Because, wow, look how close those two are. That's insane. I want one moon kind of rising in front of the other moon if I can get the angle right. Where is it? There it is now. Can we... a little bit that way. Let's tilt up now. Have we got that moon? Look, that's looking quite good. I want that sort of low on the horizon.
Orbital flight engaged.
Possible. Where are we? Looks almost like a book cover, that does, doesn't it? That's pretty cool. Haven't quite got the angle right, but pretty darn close. Look at that, that's not bad. Pretty view. That is a moon, you're quite right. It's very, very close. You just thought those moons couldn't exist. Oh, there's the gas giant over there. The rings are edge on, of course, because we can't really see them. just get into this flatty area over here. It looks very glassy and icy down there, doesn't it? It is quite good fun actually if you get a nice icy planet, which I'm assuming this one is actually, because driving the SRVs on ice is quite good. If it is ice, it's difficult to tell. Should be out here, shouldn't it? Here we go, coming down. 15 minutes to the next jump. Yeah, that's not bad. I managed to get the moon setting. There'd be a star up there somewhere. There you go, look, there's the star as well. It's pretty good, isn't it? Although this I don't like, look. The star is clearly an orange star, and yet the reflection in the ground is white. It's like, really? That's not how science works. That's not how light works, Frontier.
Landing gear deployed.
Smooth bit. That looks super smooth, doesn't it? And yet it's still is problematic for landing. There we go, look, the moon's directly ahead of us. Let's see if there's a first footfall here, is there? Find out. Very nice spot though, yeah. Yeah, their colouring isn't right still, alas, but because the star's the wrong colour. Yay, look at that first footfall, bam, bam, bam. Awesome stuff. Here we are. How cold is it? Right, it's a moon. There's not much gravity, there's no atmosphere, and it's surprisingly warm from a lifeless moon. There we go. Yay. First footfall. Got my name on a small, pointless rock in the middle of nowhere. Right, let's just take the SRV. Minus 99 centigrade. They can't write a Galnet article without you, and you asked them about how light works. I know, but it seems like a fairly simple thing for a game to get right. If the star is orange, then the light on the ground should be orange, right? It's not difficult. So why that doesn't work, I don't quite understand. But anyway, it is Frontier. Right, if this is an icy moon, can we do donuts? No maximum speed. No, we can't. It's gripping too much. Why does it grip so much? Some of these moons you can. This one, this SRV's got too much grip. It's nice. It's nice to drive around on a flat surface actually in Elite Dangerous. This is relatively unusual. So this would be a good place for a racetrack. Look, you can go flat out with no issues at all the time. Yeah, do you remember that Ice Planet preview? Yeah, we never got that, did we? Ice, Commander says, ice is absorbing the photons and re-emitting them at a different energy level. Now, you see, the problem with that theory is that is reflection in front of me. That is not re-emission, is it? The ambient lighting, you might have a point, but not for reflection. That can only work with what's coming from the star. Can't blame a kid for trying. No, it was a valiant attempt to retcon and justify. Is that right? No, not retcon. I don't mean that. To justify Frontier's error, but alas, there's no justification for the colours. Although it does work on some planets. This is what sometimes if you find a really deep red star, you do get a red surface, but not always. So yeah, that isn't right, unfortunately. Okay, so I've got the first footfall there. Let's get back to the carrier. Let's come on, top shot. Let's follow him. Close coming forward. He's probably got better engineered ship than me. Yeah, he has. This is faster than mine. Oh, there he goes. Pull up! Pull up! Oh, he's coming around. Dun 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 dun. Yeah, this could be bad. Yeah, he is. He's coming. He's playing chicken with me. I know he's flying away. That's all right.
Frameshift drive charging.
Jousting in Caspians. The Caspian joust. And sometimes you need to escape vector, and sometimes you don't. That's another thing that doesn't really make sense. I don't really understand why you need an escape vector. You should be able to just go in the direction you want to go. Okay. Oh, because that got first footfall on the outermost planet. Nice, nice work, everybody. We've splashed our names across the deepest void. That's excellent. What's it talking me? I've got pending progress. That's why it keeps. Alice, hello, Alice. Good to see you in the game too. Right, we better get back to the Odysseus because it's jumping again on its way to Rendezvous Point. Yes, bunch of vandals. Just so we're not quite the same as Armstrong, are we? As we land the planet, put our feet there and go, well, this is dull. Let's get the car out and go for a spin. That's one small step for Drew. One giant burnout for mankind. One small step for a woman. Well, I mean, actually, not long now. We've got Artemis 2 going up, haven't we? With the new space. It has been remarkably quiet in the press. I mean, you'd have thought man, well, shall I say humankind nowadays, going back to the moon would be worthy of a little bit of attention. I know we're not landing on the moon this time round, but even so, you know. But no, I mean, nobody's talking about it. It's mad. I mean, only sort of spacey enthusiasts. I mean, everybody who isn't on my sort of friends list, who are people I know that I bump into who aren't into space or space video games, have no idea we're going back to the moon. No idea at all. And I'm like, we're going back to the moon. You know? And it's like, are we? We're going up to the moon. Yeah. Sorry. We are voyaging to the moon. It should be quite a big deal, but nobody seems all that worried about it, or even interested. Going up as in exploding? No, we're not going to explode. Right, how long is it until the carrier moves on again? Not be that long, can it? 6 minutes. Right. I'm going to get nagged at if I don't get down into the cinema room. Speaking of cinema rooms, I had to fix one of my speakers. I've got some lovely old, well, I don't think they're old, but clearly they are. Lovely tannoy speakers that I've used on my amp for many, many years in here. Of course, now I've got space up here. I've got a cinema room, which I've set up for watching films and listening to music, and so I've got everything from VHS through cassettes, through vinyl, through CDs, through tape, reel to reel, and modern streaming stuff. and through a nice chunky proper old school amp with a pair of Tannoy speakers. But I was listening to it the other day, and I found that one of the speakers, the rubber cone had become detached from the housing. I was like, what? How does that happen? And it's literally just old age has affected it. So I had to get some special glue to fix it. So that was one of my jobs in the last few days, is I've fixed my speaker and it's back to full health again, which is nice. I use my reference track actually for testing a wire recorder. I haven't got a wax cylinder. I can play 78s though. So there's the thing. But yeah, my reference track for testing speakers is Sweet Dreams by the Eurythmics, because it's got some of the heaviest, kind of unadulterated 80s style bass that most stereo systems aren't very good at handling actually, and they quite often sounds absolutely dreadful in headphones. Unless you've got some really good headphones. So if a stereo system can handle Sweet Dreams by the Eurythmics, it's doing well in my book. That's one of my reference tracks. Right. Let's get into the scene. I'm sitting at the front row today. Oh, you just mean Eurythmics. There is no the Eurythmics. Okay, so I wasn't using the definitive article. There we go. So yes, Eurythmics, Sweet Dreams. If you don't know that, find yourself a decent stereo, put it on, crank the volume up, and you'll see what I mean. Right, I've got one of the best seats in the house. I notice when I sit here though, look, I can't look left and right. I can only look up and down, which is a bit annoying. Commander Groman is here. Hey, he's found his way in. Excellent. I am sitting in the seating area. I'm going to stand up just to be contrary. Okay, almost 4 minutes to go, so we've got plenty of time. Oh, so Commander Felix Lester is lounging on the floor. He appears to have lost his feet below the kneecaps. I'm inside the seat, so the DP. Yes, so I think everybody is. Look, everyone's. This isn't good. Look, the grav plates have collapsed. What's interesting about this is supposed to be there's no gravity on a fleet carrier, obviously, apart from the magnetic boots. But how does the seat hold you in? There's no seat. You're sitting on the floor. People look like they're crouched down. Don't slouch, darling. So presumably, if I sit in the seat, I'm going to be wrong as well. That's why you can't look left and right. I asked too many questions. It's magnets. These are hallucinations caused by the hyperdrive. Magnets for your body. So do you have to sort of wear ferrous underpants? Is that a thing? Carrier services, including the gravity compensators. Oh, so I'm floating. Oh yeah, I am, aren't I? You can't talk, Felix. You're on the floor. Some of us are floating. Some of us have sunk into the weird. So other seats in the wrong place. Andy P is standing until the game sits him down. Okay, where are you, Commander? At least from my perspective. I particularly like the way the sea stays steady as a rock and the buildings keep washing up and down. So it's gone very hitchhiker-esque, this fleet carrier, hasn't it? Ah, dear. We should have a chance for another look around another system. Yeah, the mag boot feature will be interesting with the upcoming operations feature. No jumping in megaships. So how will throw grenade? Well, presumably it's magnetic grenades. So you'll be able to chuck them and they'll go around corners. Because that's how magnets work, right? Throwing a grenade in 0G should go straight forward until it explodes. Yes, it should, shouldn't it? So that's going to be interesting. Or a sticky grenade, yeah. What was that game where you used to chuck things that had sort of fuzzy felt on them? You got like balls you could chuck at your mates and they would stick to their clothing. That's what you want, but with a grenade in it. FDev did say they're taking that into account. Okay, why do we have lifts? Yeah, exactly. Why do we have lifts on when there's zero gravity? Why not a tube with a magnetic floor? Yeah, that would be awesome. The Dark game, that's the one. Yeah, I mean, the inside of these ships don't make sense if there's no gravity to them. Now these ships, I mean, it kind of does make sense if you've got a ship that lands on the planet, right? But because you need to have a seat then for sort of takeoff, and it makes sense, I suppose, to have a seat for piloty type things because that's where humans like to hang around and things, isn't it? So that sort of does make sense. But on a fleet carrier, what is the point of having seats when we're all in zero G? There can't be any inertia because hyperspace, if there was any inertia, we'd all be dead. So there can't be any inertia on board a fleet carrier. So why do we need seats at all? Why can't we just stand up and watch the world go by? It doesn't make any sense. Nothing about this makes any sense. Why would I want to say, well, I want to look out the window. Here we go. We're going to the tequila system. We're going to the tequila system. Bagpipe music, yeah, that's what we need. Yeah. The bagpipe carrier. Do you have to sit? Yeah, well, the game forces you to sit down. If you don't sit, it forces you into a seat. It basically roughly takes you by the cutscene and slaps you into a chair. You have no choice in the matter. Which is quite disconcerting, really. It's not very immersive, is it? This is the best seat in the house, though, apart from maybe the bridge. Watch out after the jump, you might have someone in my lap. So I can see my legs, unlike everybody else. Oh, we've arrived. Oh, we're floating sideways. That's a bit weird. What's going on there? Oh, there we go. We are here. We have arrived. Everyone's going to get up now, and hopefully their legs will be magically restored. And then everyone to the ships, run! Who's could be the fastest of the ship? I'm going to turn around a minute and watch everybody. Oh, look, the hangar doors were stuck. Here, watch. Here comes everybody. Dodge! They come again. Everybody runs Elite Dangerous. Go that way. Okay. There's only 2 lifts as well. And then it's a bit of a queue for lift. It doesn't make any sense to have a lift, does it? Really. Only one person can go and lift at a time because of space reasons. Despite the fact there's clearly room for 6 people in there. So it's, yeah. There's a lot of weirdness in the Elite Dangerous universe that makes no sense at all. Yeah, so why are the lifts so big? Look, it says capacity 600 kilograms. Now that's a lot of human, isn't it? 600 kilograms. I'm pretty sure that I'm only about... I mean, my character is probably only about 50 kilograms. I'm only about 60-something kilograms. There's no one going to get to 600 kilograms unless we're in a really, really strong gravitational field. Cyberdyne is rebooting his router. And you can only go to one hangar at a time. We can't... 600... Yeah, that's a good point. 600 kilograms in 0G is... Okay, what? That's a very, very good point. First time chat from S. Williamson. It's like, hang on. So is that mass? The lift can only move 600 kilos of mass around at any given time. It doesn't make any sense at all. Thank you for the first time chat, S. Williamson. You're entirely accurate. Why is there a weight warning in the lift on a spaceship that operates in 0G? It's a very good point. Why have we not talked about this before? It's mass, not wait, but is it? Why would the lift be bothered about mass? Because it could just accelerate slowly, surely. It does. It's not like it's holding that mass in place, is it? Like weight. The whole point of lifts having a weight limit is because it's a weight limit, not a mass limit. Ah, dear. Because with the unit, it would need to pray. Oh, thanks. So that's the sad thing. I feel like with a bit of effort, the Elite Dangerous universe could have actually made sense, but it's way too late now. Way too late. Right, we're there. Oh, we've got a long way off to go to some godforsaken planet. None of these have atmospheres, though, do they? Right, I'm going to go for that one because that looks really dull. And Harley Jones has been here, though. It's interesting the number of people who have been out this far. So this is what is a very unpopulated and unvisited part of the galaxy. There's still, everywhere we've gone so far, we haven't found planets that nobody's been to, which is quite interesting. Do any of these look vaguely interesting? That looks as dull as dishwater, that planet, doesn't it? What about this one over here? What about these ones? Have they got any kind of redeeming features? I'm going to go for this one because it looks like it's got a whitey bit at the top. So I'm going to go for that one. Let's first football this. Oh, wait a second. Oh, it's a long way off. This is the cool problem with lack of forethought and effort. So yeah, see, there's the problem. What is that they could have avoided a lot of these things. They had a really nice, back in the days when I was writing for the game, they had a really nice lore Bible which had all this stuff spelled out in quite a lot of detail, and they took all that and they threw it away. Like, why waste all that stuff? Right, can I get to this unexplored, very distant moon? By using my supercharge, so we'd never have got there and back in the time that we had without the overdrive supercharge, but with the supercharge overdrive thingamajiggy, we should be able to make it. What speed are we at? 2,900 times the speed of light. Still going up. You're not helping my case, saying it was after they worked with you it fell apart. To be fair, it was after Michael Brooks was taken off the game and put onto dinosaurs. That's when it all fell apart. Because Michael Brooks was the man. He curated it. He was the curator, not just the creator. He was the curator. And that's what made the difference. Because without him, nobody cared about the internal integrity and consistency of the game universe. At least not in the same way. So yeah, he was a great loss to Elite Dangerous because he got it. Okay, he understood why it was important, and he held on to the reins and stopped the silliness and the nope, that won't make any sense stuff. Yeah, he made it all fit. I sometimes wonder why you keep playing Elite. Well, that's a very good question, because the trouble is, out of all the space games, because this one's the one I've got history with, you see, because this is the one I played as a kid, you know, the original Elite, and this is the one that I suppose, because it's got, certainly nowadays, it's got that real galaxy out there. It's got a bunch of, you know, proper. It has got still a bunch of proper sciencey stuff in it to a degree. It's about the closest you can get to, you know, that kind of exposure. Maybe I do think that the one that's been worked on, the Starship Simulator, will be very, very good and close soon. That's looking decidedly impressive. And that may absorb quite a lot of my time in the future. But yeah, this one, I mean, I contributed some stuff to this one, so I've got a lot of time and effort invested in it historically, I suppose, as well. And it's elite, right? So, you know, it's terrible, but it's also the best. Exactly right. That's exactly it. So yeah, it's a love-hate relationship, isn't it? That's what it is. It's an abusive game. Companion. It's very dark out here, isn't it? Now this is quite interesting. It looks like we've got an ice cap. I'm going to see if I can land on the edge of the ice cap. Assuming it's a landable planet. Hopefully it is.
Orbital flight engaged.
Let's go. Sort of edginess, isn't it? I want to look at land in where the white and the dark areas meet. See what the surface looks like. So yeah, it's just weird, like in shadow, isn't it? Weird sort of surface. Oh, it's quite lumpy as well. Look at that. And in the lighter area. Or it just looks dark.
Landing gear deployed.
Now, can we find anywhere to land? Of course, this is the other problem with this spaceship. There's a bit there. Back. Reverse. Here it is. Oh, we got down. Nice. Let's have a look. Your mic is very quiet compared to other streams. You can boost it in OBS if that's when it was. Okay, well, I'll generally boost it a little bit. I can boost it a bit. Sometimes it's too loud. Sometimes it's just not. Very temperamental. First football confirmed. Da 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 da. But thank you for the first time chat there, Nelly Boy 193. I do appreciate it. Okay, so we've got 6 minutes to get back again until carrier lockdown. Right, I've got my first. I won't bother with the SRV. I'm just going to stand there, and then I'm on the planet. Nobody else has stood here before. This bump map here with those rocks over there. Nobody else has ever seen that before. Okay, nobody else is ever going to see this ever again. There we go. Job done. I better get a move on. I should have written on the. Yeah, it'd be nice if you could draw the surface. Drew was here. It would stay there forever. Or Alessia was here, shall I say? But alas, you can't leave your mark in this game very easily, other than things like that. I do have a laser, yeah, but it doesn't leave a mark. Right, we better get the hell back to the carrier. But the last jump of the stream, probably. We'll all meet in the bar. See what? We'll all meet in the bar, and then we'll get forcibly. See what? Let's all meet in the bar, and then we'll get forcibly pushed into the front of the ship, won't we? Maximum power. Fast can this thing go? All right, look at that. 100 times speed light, 200 times speed light, 300, 400. 500, 600, 700, 800, 900, 1,000 times the speed of light, still climbing. 1,500, 1,800, 2,000, 2.3, 2.5. Fast, isn't that? 2.8. Still going up. 2.9. That's it. That's as fast as it will go. Be done quick. Yeah, I can't make it go any faster than 2.9. Is there a way to boost that speed at all? Yeah, if lasers then permanently marks how many rude things would there be across the globe? There would be a lot, wouldn't there? Because it's basically laser lazy face, isn't it? Writ large across the galaxy. All right, now I've also got to figure out when do I come out of Super Cruise. Used up half my fuel doing this. Insane fuel burn, isn't it? I've got to try and keep the ship steady as well. It's like a spurious signal that throws it off target. I could jump to another system and back a bit. Where's the fun in that? Right, counting down. I'm going to cut out at about 6. That's probably too much. Oh no, that was about right. That was pretty good. It would be faster if I had a spoiler fitted. That's right. I'll be there in good time. Right, everybody to the bar then, aboard the Odysseus. Let's have a pint of glue to celebrate. That's a very bright star we got there. Although we've obviously got magic cockpit glass because we can see the Milky Way behind it, which is obviously extremely, insanely faint in comparison. Oh, I've overcooked it. You believe, after all that. I have done the loop of shame. Yeah, let's put all the pilots in the bar and see what happens. How long have we got left? How are we doing? Are we good? We'll be fine. Dun, 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 dun. Come on. Yep, always a loop to loop with me. It will be close. Ooh. It's supposed to be close. Disengaging. There it is. I'm on my own. I've got a pad. You haven't lots of crash to distance, am I? So my machine is behaving itself, which is good to see.
Landing gear deployed.
We're down. A new GGG has been found. What's a GGG? Pub lock-in, exactly right. Everyone to the pub. To the bar. Let's go. Nope, we're not going to the seating area. We're going to the pub. Where is the pub? Where's over there? All right, quick to the bar, everybody. That's 3 minutes past 12. Oh, green gas giant. Oh, brilliant. Oh, those are very cool. All right, everyone to the bar. Quick. We're not going to have long in the bar, are we? We get told off. Oh no, we'll go into the command deck seating area immediately. I'm not going to make it. Can I get to the bar before I get moved? Quick, run to the bar. Here, everybody! I made it! Ta-da! Yes! Achievement unlocked! Top shot didn't make it. But I did! That's what's important. I made it. That was just in time bar surfing. Oh, that couldn't have been better. That was chef's kiss down to the moment. No need into the seat, but yeah, I made it. Well done, everybody else. Everybody else is. Alice is floating for some reason, and so is Commander Groman by the look of it. So that's just weird. But anyway, you thought, yeah, why aren't the bar stools and the other seats in the bar okay for the carriage jump? Questions that need to be answered. I'll do the last jump. First time chat from Kevin Scanamana. Hi, Commander. Good to see you. We're on booster cushions. We haven't got any seatbelts, have we, or anything like that? But we think there's magnetic things stashed down our underpants. We think that's how these seats work, which doesn't sound particularly comfortable. Imagine the feeling. If you had a big metal plate around your buttocks, as you sit down, there's this sort of unpleasant shkdunk sound, and a feeling that your clothing has been sucked into the seat by ephemeral forces, shall we say. It's going to be pretty down disconcerting, isn't it? And if you forget to switch your magnetic pants off and try and stand up, that's basically going to give you a wedgie, isn't it? This has not been thought through. Deep Hitman 30 seems to have lost his arm. Is it floating off into the sunset? I mean, how are you going to operate your digital watch now? Andy P said he made the bar, but everyone was in the seats. Even the bartender was inside the deck. My colleague here is rapidly running out of limbs. It's probably designed by a marketing executive. You're probably right. Along with the hairdressers. Right, how are we doing? Time? 20 seconds left. Here we go. Let's do one more final jump with the excellent fleet carrier, Odysseus. Five seconds to go. Now watch the stars change. Dunk. I wonder why the stars change like that. Is that just the ship reorientating itself? It's slightly annoying, really, isn't it? Because of course it shouldn't really do that. But the jump sequence is good, but it's the entry and the exit needs a bit of polish, doesn't it? There must be a technical reason. Is that a recent bug, or did that used to happen all the time? I don't know. I don't keep track of bugs. Not my job. Because it is a cutscene, is it? But it's a sort of cutscene that must be based on the locale that you are in, because otherwise it wouldn't work at all. And then the smoke is drifting sideways or upwards and downwards there. It's weird. I know the desync with the voice announcements is recent. Okay, so there we go. I don't know where we are now. We're still on the way. It crashed the desktop for Cyberdyne. No. I've survived. It's very dark in here. Why doesn't the lighting come up? Carrier jump complete. There we go. Right. Okay. Right. Everybody back to the bar for a debrief. Everybody who still survived the transition, because Cyberdyne appears to have been killed by the hyperspace jump. 3 in a row. He's not pleased. Meanwhile, given it's the end of the stream, can you guys be looking for a streamer who is streaming Elite Dangerous, doesn't have many viewers, because we like to raid whoever the streamer is who doesn't have the views. Just to kind of to give them a boost is what we're doing. A debrief, that's what we're calling it now. That's right. Yes. Well, round of applause for everybody. I thought that was an excellent evening's entertainment. So we continue to be on course for Rendezvous Point in the depths of the galaxy as part of the Distant Worlds 3 crew, and plenty of people along for the ride, which is good to see. The Sinning Salio. Okay. Let me go and get that up on my screen. That's a new one. I haven't come across them before. Do I need a capital for that? No problem for that. The Sinning Salio.
Can I help you, Commander?
No, that doesn't seem to work for me. Am I missing something there? Or maybe it's a capital T. Who uses capitals in URLs? No, I can't find that. TH, the. With a capital T and an H. No, the thing is, it's just going. It's changing it to lowercase for me. Oh, the sang, not the. Oh, I see. Sorry. The sang Solio. No, that's not working either. Singing. That's because you can't type. Right, I found them. Excellent. Right, I'm going to send you over there. Now that Wintermute has found out how a keyboard works. Take care, my friends. Be good. I will see you anon. And yes, there we go. Right, onwards we go. Be good. Take care, everybody. See you next week. After 2 hours of Drew, what do you think? Right, off we go, my friends. Be good. See you soon. See you next week. Right on, Commanders.